Okay, hello, welcome back to our book club. Today we continue with chapter 7. We have a, let's say, reduced participants amount today, so we will work hard. Shaima, are you afraid of working hard?
No,
Never.
For my pleasure. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I like to use inversion. I actually like inversion in English when they use it for exaggeration or how for empathy. I like it very much. So never was I afraid of working hard.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Me too. Okay.
Okay. Speaking of characters, Vova, do we have anyone new? Babcock.
I think it's not new.
Okay, let's just mention, right? So
Yes, Babcock is sergeant major on a Kyofun.
yeah. So who is Babcock?
Sergeant.
Yeah, sergeant of Marines, Marines, right? So it's her job is, you know, to be a grunt, right? To be a soldier, not a not a fleet officer or fleet enlisted person.
Right.
Okay, Courvoisier, we know him well, and how you pronounce
Thizeman.
Theismann? Mhm.
Thomas. CEO of the.
Yeah, what I like is the description. Well, can you read this? Currently on loan to the Massadan Navy, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand what does mean on loan? What? Like I have something and I give it to you for temporary, right? So you can have it, but for one day, right? When I need it, I will take it back. Shaima, do you think it's okay to put some people on loan?
Yeah. Of course.
It's okay, right?
Maybe in martial activities, we will make everything on loan. Everyone on loan.
Mm-hmm. Well, you
Maybe-
know, yeah.
Maybe you're a little bit like your Lend-Lease. We'll give you 2 big ships to win the battle and take over the system, and then we might take them back later.
Okay. Next one is Hilliard, someone who works for Zeisman, right?
Yep.
And what is MNS? How we pronounce Manticorian Navy?
Now, this is Masada. This is the Masada Navy ship.
Masada Navy ship. And Principality is kind of a, I don't know, institution of power or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Well,
Yes, I have a question. I remember that Heaven doesn't have a queen. It was someone else, and I see that it is name of ship. It's
Masada. It's Masada Navy ship. So I made the same mistake. I saw that it's a Manticorian, you know, Navy, but it's Masada. So this commander, he's kind of he's from Heaven Republic, right? But he's on loan, so he now temporarily works for Masada. So, but it's happening in real life all the time, right? All these proxy wars when we send our what we call how we call them advisors, right? We say that is a military advisor who will help, you know, someone to beat someone else.
Yeah. So the ship is actually a Haven ship. It's called the PNS, the People's Navy ship, Breslau. So it's got a different, it's really got a different name, but when they gave it to Masada, Masada gave it their own name. So Principality's the Masada name for it.
And it happens in real life all the time as well. I remember once I visited a museum, but this museum was a kind of an old ship old ship in the sea, so it's worse now like a museum. And when Vova, do you remember in Kaliningrad?
Yes.
And when we started to read the story of the ship, it was fascinating because it was an old Holland ship that then belonged to United Kingdom, then belonged to Germany, then belonged to Soviet Union.
Wow.
Yes, and every time it had a new name, you know, so it was renamed.
I'll be done.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's cover our questions. So let's start from easy one. Vova, can you please cover first one? Vova?
Yes. What is
Yeah, I got coffee.
Coupe de vitesse?
Yeah, probably Italian or Latin, so we don't know how it is. Cope is French, right? Cope.
French.
Yeah, yeah, French. Yeah.
Coupe de vitesse.
Mhm.
It is a lot of martial arts combined to one.
Together, yeah,
Together.
combine it together, yeah. So we just, we take, I don't know what we take, karate and taekwondo and jiu-jitsu, and say we will use this from taekwondo, we will use this from, I don't know, karate. We put it together and we have a new martial system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yeah.
most martial arts are defensive in nature. You're only supposed to use it to defend yourself from attack.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular martial arts is offensive in nature. Its focus is attack, 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 attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a defensive martial art. It focuses on attack moves.
Well, I remember in Soviet army, we had two kind of system. First one was defensive. We called it sambo, which translated like, I don't know, it's just defensive, right? So it's defensive, and we teach in Soviet Union, they taught it for soldiers. And then we had a special one for, for diversants. I don't know how they name. So the one, who go to the behind the enemy lines, right? So this one, and it had like kind of five, so only, how we call it, 5 katas. If you talk in karate terms, so it had only 5 katas, and all of them was about how to kill your opponent, fast. That's all.
Yeah.
No defense, supposed. So just attack. That's the difference.
Yep. Okay.
So Cop de Vitesse, it seems to be offensive one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Shaima, what is a dojo mat? Can you answer?
A dojo mat is a padded surface that covers the floor of a Japanese martial arts training hall, and it used for training and competitions, and made of thick, durable foam material.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Good. Excellent. Very good.
Vova, do you know what is deja vu?
Yes.
What is?
When you have a feeling that you saw it once.
So don't you have a feeling of deja vu now when we spoke about dojo mat?
Some.
Why?
I think because of Electro movie.
Electro movie, right? We just discussed dojo mat. Electro movie. Nice.
Yep.
Okay, let me try to cover number 3. So compare and contrast Babcock and Honor relative to their sparring capabilities. So how they were different, right? So they from different planets. Babcock and Honor, they used to live in different gravity, how called force, I don't know. So different gravitation, right? So that's why I remember, maybe I'm wrong, but I remember that Babcock was, how we call it, less in tall, right? So shorter, but more kind of muscular, as far as I remember. Is it right? So
she was shorter. She was smaller, shorter, but faster.
Faster, yeah.
she had short limbs, whereas Honor had long legs, long arms. She was kind of a little bit clumsier than Babcock, but she had stronger muscles.
Yep.
Because of the gravity. Yeah.
Well, I know when you when you have a sparring exercise with knives, or how we call it, fencing, right? It's a sport. When you have a kind of a sword and you have a sparring, right? So in this time, they say that long arm is a huge advantage. But speaking about martial arts, I don't know. Is it advantage or not?
Yes.
Do you think?
I know. Yes. Yes, I know because my arms is very long. Just like like with a monkey, because some people have it on his,
Okay, so your arms are long, and
yes. And it is very easy. My opponent doesn't can hit me, and I hit him easy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so during karate sparring, you have an advantage of your long arms. Okay,
Yeah.
good for you.
It's like a knife fighting a sword. The knife guy's got to get in real close. So it's more dangerous for the short reach. The long reach can be farther away. Yeah.
Okay, so we suppose that Honor had some kind of advantage, right, over Babcock.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember that Honor lost more, how we call it, matches than won, right? So she lost 4 matches and Babcock won 3. I remember.
Babcock had 40 years of experience. So that makes up for a lot of the disadvantages.
Exactly. Experience, it's everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of accidentally covered this one, right? I talked about scores, right? So score was 3-4 in favor of Babcock, I remember.
No, actually, Honor won more.
Okay. So I
because Honor was very frustrated at the Grayson situation. So she was angry. So when she attacked, man, she was attacking like fiercely. So even though she was, less experienced, she was so angry that she was able to cause more damage to Babcock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the expression. She had been channeling all her pent-up frustration into her vicious ataxia.
Yeah.
Like what you said.
Yeah. Pummeling her frustrations into Babcock. Yeah.
Okay.
We can do like her in any different situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shaima, could you please cover number 5?
Why did Honor want to leave the Grayson system to escort the fighters on the Casca system? She felt frustrated and maybe Carvizer wanted to bend her as a heinous bloodthirsty maniac, and he wanted to bend himself as his reputation for strategy, and that they chosen Honor for her reputation for the tactics, and she had demonstrated in the basilisk terminus. But she felt that she was maybe exhausted, and the responsibility is difficult. So she wanted to let their 2 freighters and move to the Casca system. This is what I understand.
Okay, let me summarize. So Courvoisier and Admiralty of Manticorian sent honor here like on purpose. They knew that she's a woman, but they decided to do this like on purpose to, I don't know, to make some strategy. But for honor, the situation was not comfortable, right? It was uncomfortable. So honor kind of tried to find an excuse to leave this system to make, you know, everything like happen without her, not to be a problem for the situation, I guess.
Yeah. Remember, she's a woman, so Grayson they don't like to work or talk to women officers. You know, they're kind of arrogant, they're kind of resentful. Also, even she was chosen for her reputation in Basilisk, but remember that the Haven ambassador was twisting that around, saying that she was a murderer. She murdered all those innocent people on that poor, helpless merchant ship. So they were making her look like a murderer and a hateful person, and she felt like that was affecting the negotiations. So she wanted to remove herself from the equation.
Yeah, remove from the equation. Yeah, Jihan wrote this in our chat. Now I remember.
And may return back after the end of the negotiations.
Yeah, probably not. We don't know. Will be will the negotiation have been finished at this time? But at least she will have kind of vacation, right, from the situation. Okay, Vova, what about Admiral Courvoisier? What did he feel about this?
How did Admiral Courvoisier feel about honor leaving the system? If I remember correctly, he didn't like it. He felt that honor is taking responsibilities, but he accepted.
He accepted at the end. Okay, so he was not happy at the beginning, right? He understood that it's kind of excuse, right, to leave. So there is no kind of real need of escorting these freighters, as far as I understand. So,
well, there were pirates in the area, so they needed an escort. But she could have stayed in the system, or she could have gone with the escort. But military ships did have to escort them because there were pirates, Haven pirates in the system.
Okay, okay. Let me cover number 7. So ship-wise, and I like when Americans do it like ship-wise, money-wise, person-wise.
Yeah.
So Shaima, do you understand what does mean wise in this regard?
Matter?
Yeah, so it's kind of speaking of, right? Speaking of ships, how will it relate it to ships or like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as I remember, Honor leaves Star System not with one, not only with her ship, but with a few ships. So it kind of reduce the power of Manticorian Navy in this star system. So it was a concern, right? So it looks like we advance it. It looks like we still have some advantage. But if Honor leaves, it's not clear, as far as I understand. Do we still have an advantage, like military-wise, or not? Am I right?
Yeah, so they had a small fleet, just 4 ships. They needed enough power, enough firepower, enough powerful ships to go with the convoy to protect them from pirates on the way to the Casca system. So, but they didn't want to leave a weak ship in the Grayson system, because that would make the Graysons look like, well, you left us your weakest ship. You don't care about protecting us from Masada. So they had to look like they cared about Grayson and they had to protect the merchant ships at the same time. So they had to kind of split their power, and they were just deciding, you know, which part should have the more powerful ship. Leave it in Grayson to make the Graysons happy, or send it along with the merchants to make the merchants happy and protect them from real danger from pirates.
It's always competition, right? It's always competition. It's always not enough resources. It's never happens that you have enough for everything, right? So you always have to choose what is more important.
Right, and cruisers are powerful and destroyers are not.
Yeah.
So if you just send a destroyer along with the merchant ships, the pirates might destroy it. It's too weak. If you leave a destroyer as the only ship in Grayson, it looks like you left us your weakest ship to protect us. You care more about the merchants than us, you know, so it's perception.
Right. Okay, and that's all about Manticorian in this chapter, right? And let's go to opposite side, having it. Shaiva, could you please take next one?
Okay, 8. Describe who Commander Sisman. Sisman is?
I would say Theisman.
Theisman.
Yeah.
Commander Theisman, CO of the Penis Persolo, renamed as the Macedon Destroyer MNS Principality, and with his XO Allen, are trying to figure out from a far distance what Manticorian has in the Grayson system. And from the website of Having It, we can figure out that he is a Having It citizen, and he had brown hair and considered to be ordinary looking, and he born in Novo Paris on Haven, and his mother was a bad one and abandoned him, and he was raised in orphanage. Then he went to a high school before joining the Navy, so he had sad memory of his childhood.
Okay.
Yeah, not a happy biography, right? So
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anything else about him? Should we add? We covered it.
No, that's mostly it. He's the CO of the Haven ship, and he's working under Sword Simons, right? He's working under Simons, the religious military guy. Yeah. Like Captain U. So Captain U is higher than Theisman. Yeah. Yeah.
So Theisman is kind of he's commander, right? He's commander of this ship principality, right? But above him there are people who define strategy, right? Who define when you attack. So how you attack, you define by yourself. But when, we say.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I will try number 9, but you have to help me because I don't remember exactly. So, Masada Navy Ship Principality, right? As we know, it's a gift. It's a gift from, or maybe not a gift, maybe a ship on loan, right? From Havinitz. So they kind of rent it. Can we say this? Rent or lend the ship. And why Masada needs these ships? Because their own fleet is weak, right? So they have to be, I don't know what's the word for this, augmented. Can you say so? They have to be empowered by someone else, right? So this how they got this ship. So will this ship play an important role in the attack if it will happen? I believe so, right? So probably it will be the kind of main actor in this battle, I guess.
Yep, so they're hoping that when they want to attack Grayson, but their own fleet is too weak. So they're hoping to have some powerful Haven ships. So when they attack Grayson, Grayson will be surprised. oh my God, they've got powerful ships. We surrender, you know,
Mhm.
or Grayson's weak fleet can't fight back. Both of them have weak fleets, right?
Yeah, and we remember that it's already a long war, right? It's like 7 centuries.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So they need something like some straw that will break the camel's back, right?
Exactly. An advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
So where is it and what is it doing? Do you remember?
Doing how we call investigation, research.
I would call it
Surveillance.
spying, right? Spying. They're watching from a distance. Their ships are leaving. Okay, they left one ship there. So they're spying, so espionage. And where are they located? Why aren't they being detected by the Grayson Navy?
In no?
How are they hiding?
Well, do you remember how they hiding? I can't say.
They're in an asteroid belt.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're in a bunch of asteroids, so they're hiding among a bunch of big rocks.
Right. Yeah, so any radar can see a lot of targets here, right? So you cannot say what is what. If you have 1 million targets, so how will you find one which is a ship, right?
They're just sitting there quiet like a big rock in space, and they're just listening and watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good strategy, right? Yes. Okay, and the last one. Shaima, can you help us
Okay.
with number 10?
Okay, with pleasure. How does the chapter end regarding honor and the principality? So they, Fishman and his XO, they guess that honor's convoy consists of 5 traders, merchant ships, 2 or 3 cruisers, and a destroyer. And they watch the Manticoran freighter convoy leave Grayson. And then they decide to report to Captain Yu in person to update them on the current situation, and that the convoy with some military escorts has already left the system, and they had just 11 to 12 day window to strike Grayson before the military escort ships could return back.
I would call it a window of opportunity, right? So we have a time span when we have some advantage, right? So it's a window of opportunity.
Yep.
Will they attack, Shane? What do you think?
Yeah, they have to make their strike within 12 days only.
Yep.
Yeah, we did not mention this, but Honor with her fleet, right, will absent for 11 days, I think. So this window is pretty short, right? You have to do something. But also, I wonder, do they have a kind of communication ability with Honor? So let's say if it will happen on day 2, can they call Honor back or not?
No, they'll be in hyperspace.
Hyperspace.
So while they're traveling in hyperspace, they can't be contacted. Okay.
Well, interesting.
Yeah. Remember, and I think an earlier chapter, remember that Captain Yu, wanted to attack now. Even with the Manticore ships there, he said our ships are more powerful than theirs. We should attack now. But remember, the Simons and the council, they were not confident. They wanted to wait and see how much they wanted to wait until some of the warships left the system. So so before the Poseidons wanted to kind of wait, they were afraid to attack with that many powerful ships in the Grayson system. But now that they've left, now they're going to be more willing to attack.
Yeah, then dangerous situation, right? So we have to expect something, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Lola, do you have a title for this chapter? not easy because it's kind of consists from different stories, right? So, but let's say, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
I would call it window of opportunity. I don't know.
Yep.
So
Uh,
I don't know. Is it a saying that you use? Is it a phrase that you would use in English? Window.
oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. The window of opportunity opens. Yeah. Yeah. Or honors departure, you know, from
Yeah.
the system, or you
Yeah.
know, there's a lot of names you can say, but yeah, the window of opportunity is open. That's right. This is a time to strike. Yeah.
Yeah. Teacher, what is the meaning of the mood of careful apprehension? Is it the same meaning?
Careful. What word? Careful apprehension.
Yeah, a mood. I think this chapter is a mood of careful apprehension.
Okay.
Yes.
Mood of, okay. Mood, of course, is your feeling. You know, I feel happy. I feel sad. I feel apprehensive. Apprehensive means you have a feeling that something bad is going to happen. So careful.
So within bad events.
Yeah. So if you're apprehensive, you feel like something bad's going to happen. It's kind of like a bad feeling. You're not sure. Nothing may happen, but you feel like doom is coming.
It's easy to understand. Just read, you know, news at any point, you know, so you will feel the same.
It's kind of like, you know, you got bodyguards because someone's trying to kill you. And when your bodyguards go to lunch and you're left alone, you're kind of saying, boy, I tell you, if somebody wanted to attack me, they'd do it right now. You know, so you would be more worried without your protection with you. So that's apprehension. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do we have any questions regarding to this chapter?
No.
No. Okay, so Shane, what about you? Do we have any more questions?
No, I think now everything is clear enough.
Yeah, chapter was pretty understandable, right? Pretty short, and so not too much vague things here. Okay, so we did it, right? Kudos to us. And let's call it a day and see you next week for the chapter 8, I guess. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I hope more people will join us. Yeah.
Thank you so much. See you.
Okay.
See you.
Bye, Shema. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Ivan. Bye-bye.